everyone, I'm back with another milestone post. My Instagram page has just blown up to over 30,000. So that's 2 profiles now, totaling over 70,000 within 2 years. And last month, that profile went over 37 million views. So here's 12 lessons that I've learned this year that I'll take through with me into 2025. The first one is to embrace the power of momentum. Success is not about giant leaps. It's those small steps that compound over time. If you try and take a giant leap one day and then that takes you a week to recover, that is not sustainable. Start where you are and the rest will follow. Number 2 is create from stillness. What does that mean? True creativity comes from stillness. It comes from quieting that noise. So that means get off those apps that are distracting you and focus your mind. Build moments of stillness into your life to let the creativity flow naturally. You don't have to think so hard about it. One of the things that I found helps me a lot is to just take a nap. If I'm tired in the afternoon, just take a nap. And then if you read up on something or you fill your mind with inspiration before you take that nap, then your subconscious will figure it out. And when you get back to the desk, or if you get back to the pen and paper, or however you choose to do your creativity, then you don't have to think so hard about it. It just is part of you and it will release as part of you. Number 3 is let go of perfection. Now, this evening's been a prime example of that because I've got a kitten who's going absolutely nuts. He's got zoomies. And I thought, let me just wait for him to take a nap, or let me just go and do something. No, that is my monkey mind trying to take the wheel and get me distracted and stop me from getting on this video. So just hit the record button. If social media is something that you're looking to do and looking to grow, getting in front of the camera is something that you need to get used to doing. And so just do it. That piece of artwork that you're not sure about, you might never put it out if you're trying to get it perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. Just get it out, keep that momentum flowing. Done is better than perfect. Number 4, make your art a service. I think this is the difference between being an artist for the sake of just creating art and expression and doing it for growth, because those are different strategies. I mean, I suppose you could just do what you want and get lucky, but if we're looking to do it consistently and maybe over multiple styles of artwork, maybe we've got lots of different ideas that we want to express and we want to get those in front of more eyes, then it's more of a strategy, and when you have to think about the audience and give them what they want to see, which may not always align with what we feel like doing. And that's where discipline comes in. It's where structure comes in. If we structure our week, then we can do those things that we don't feel like doing, whether we feel like it or not. It gets done. Number 5 is detach from outcomes. You can't control how others perceive your work. You're putting something out that comes through your many filters and your many experiences, and then putting it through a platform which will hopefully push it to the eyes of people who are going to receive it through their filters and their experiences and their background. We can't control that. There could be something else that comes along that's taken their focus. It could just not be the right time and it doesn't quite hit. We don't have control over that. All we do have control over is getting it done and getting it out and keeping that rhythm going. When we detach from the outcome, it means that whether it blows up or not, we still did what we needed to do. And then it's more likely that we'll be lucky because we're consistent. Number 6 is collaborate without ego. Collaboration is about sharing ideas. It's not about being right and getting our idea out over someone else's and trampling over people. I found that luckily in what I do in this creative community, there's not, I haven't come across people who are competitive. Everyone's been very open to my ideas, and I'm just a sponge for knowledge. Like, I want to know how people think, why they do what they do, and how they do it, and why they pick this method over another method. I love that. So it's keeping that open mind and always looking for people who inspire you. And I've always found that if I've told people, it's like giving people flowers, right? If you think someone's good at something or they have an attractive quality about them, then tell them, like share it with them. Life is too short to keep that stuff to yourself. And I don't think I've ever told someone that I love their work or I love what they're about or their ideas or something, and they've taken it badly. Like, it's always been something that's received well, as long as it's genuine. Like, as long as you really like what they do, then tell them, and then people will want to help you. They'll want to be a part of your journey, because I think people are fundamentally want to help each other. Yeah, it's one of the funnest things about doing this, is the ability to share ideas and grow with people across the world. Just make the most of these times that we're able to do that. Number 7 is feed your creative soul. What does that mean? Stay curious. So this goes back to what we were just saying about other people's processes and their artwork and their ideas. Stay curious. What makes that person think? The person that you're collaborating with, what's their background? Like, how did they grow up? And, what do they do in their day? And what makes them tick? What piques their interest? Why do they create in the ways that they do? Why do they pick those colors? Ask questions. Get to learn, get to grow, get to create together. On your own journey as well, you are a collection of experiences. If you read, expand your mind. Reading is how to live 1,000 lives within one life, is to read, because then you're getting a collection of their experiences, and you get to stand on the shoulders of giants like that. When we travel, you expand your visual library. There's nothing like experiencing different environments and cultures, and then that will all come through in your art, and that's how you cultivate taste. It's how you mold your mind and make yourself a well-rounded person, is to expand your experiences. And that's what makes you unique. Explore the world and then push it out through your artwork. Number 8 is face the fear and do it anyway. What does that mean? When we go and put our work on a public platform, there are going to be people who have something to say about it that may not always be positive. This is definitely something that happens along with growth, as these algorithms push your artwork out to people who may not already be following you. This may be new to them. I have found that with AI, there are people who don't necessarily understand how the technology works. And along with that, with anytime any new technologies come out, there's always been people who are going to push back against it and hate it, and that just comes from not understanding the technology and fear. And there's going to be other people who just don't like you because you're you, and that's okay, because you are not for everyone. If your artwork is for everyone, then you're going to blend in and just disappear, and that's not why we do we do it as a form of expression. We do it because we are one of one. So lean into that. Do more of what makes you unique. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned from doing this, from creators who have much more of a reach, much bigger followings than I do, is that you just have to keep going through it. Let people say what they want to say. Just try and not look at it, really. The positivity is nice, the support is nice, and along with that comes, other comments, and we just have to keep pushing forward. Maybe we'll inspire people to do the same, because the world needs more expression. There's so much talent out there, and people are not putting it out because of fear of what some stranger on the internet will say. And I think that's a shame. That fear is inevitable, but courage is how you choose to act in the face of that fear. Every time you step outside that comfort zone, you grow stronger. Number 9 is celebrate progress, not just milestones. Recognize how far you've come. It's not just about the big milestones and those big jumps. It's about those little wins that you have along the way. I like to keep a journal for this reason, and it means that I get to notice the small wins that I have throughout the day. And then on the following day, I will look for beings awake. I will look for wins to have that day. I'll look for ways to help people, add value to someone's life. And this is a form of training. There's good and bad all around us all the time, but we get to choose where we place our focus. And that's a form of training. If we train ourselves to look for those wins and celebrate those wins, then we will see more of that. We will feel more of those wins, and we just get luckier because we're attracting. I'm not to get too into the energy side of things, but we attract what we put out. And if we train ourselves to look for the joy, then we will find more of that. And then it's like a snowball effect. Number 10 is honor your boundaries. That means protect your time, your peace, and your energy. There is nothing more valuable than your time. That's a resource that you do not get back. And put it towards things that are going to give you energy, that are going to serve you, that are going to grow you and help you on your goals. And the biggest thing that's going to guide you in doing that is knowing what's important to you. What are your goals? What's important to you? Because then you'll know, then you have a North Star, something to aim towards, and you won't allow yourself to get distracted. Ooh. Number 11 is value rest as much as hustle. So creativity thrives on balance. Oh no, let's not bat that boy. It's not for you. It's not for you. Okay, what we say? Value rest as much as hustle. Now, this is probably something that is the most difficult for me because I don't like to stop. I don't like to take rest. I feel like I'm being lazy or I'm not getting something done if I'm resting. But if there's one thing that I learned from my coach, that is that you need rest. Otherwise, you don't grow. You'll just burn out. And burnout is not fun. As a creative, we might think that we're invincible to burnout, or we can just keep going because it's fun. But it completely wipes you out. It makes you lose your lust for life and completely drains you. It sucks. But if we balance it out, if we pace ourselves, if we structure our days and our weeks, then it means that we can schedule in the rest. We can schedule in time away from doing the creativity, because that's also a part of the process. It's part of creativity, is taking time away from it and doing something completely unrelated. Then we can come back and our reference library is filled and we're full of energy. We can go again for another sprint. Number 12. Create for love, not validation. Let passion guide you. When you create from a place of love, the work will always be meaningful, whether it's celebrated or not. I found that this year and these last couple of years have probably been some of my most loneliest years, because I've had my nose to the grindstone. I have not stopped. And I found that there's very few people that can actually relate to what it takes to pump out the amount of content to the quality that we do in a way that's okay, because I would rather keep my circle small and focused on what I want to do, because I don't think there's anything more important to me on my journey and my life than my artwork, and nothing matters to me more than that. So I think that through these channels and the growth that I've seen, I've now noticed that it's not just me that feels and thinks the things that I do. A lot of people can relate to it, and that fills me with energy. I feel like I'm doing something in the world that is important, and I feel great doing it. Everything that I'm putting out is coming from the heart. I'm not making it up. It's like, it's important to me. It's my mission. I've always felt that being around passionate people has always been such an energy giver in my life. I love passionate people. Oh, he's snoring. Bean's passionate about batting the microphone. This is the first time you've met Bean, isn't it? Oh, he is so perfect. He is such a perfect boy. He's had Zoomies for maybe 2 consecutive hours. So he's gonna have a meal and have a nap. What a life. What a life, Tiny Bean. Those are some of the biggest lessons that I've taken from 2024 that I will take with me into 2025. There's a lot more, but I didn't want to make this video too long since it's been a while since I've got on the camera. So there's something in there that you can take with you into 2025. And if you want to see more of this kind of content, then hit that subscribe button. I never know how to end these videos, so I'm gonna just stop it here and I'll see you next time.